Okay, so out of the box, this is what opens up with Photoshop Elements, and I'm going to click on Photo Editor, and I'm going to show you some settings, some preference settings that I recommend. So I usually work in expert mode, and that's Quick Guided Expert. I would say really play with each one of them. The guided is pretty cool. It'll kind of show you if you want to correct color of something, and you can click this and it'll walk you through fixing color. So you can see these are your samples. Just scroll down and it'll help you there. But like I said, I work in expert mode. But if you go to Edit and Preferences, start with General Preferences. The most important is allow floating documents in expert mode. What this does is when you import an image, it will open up in its own little box. Otherwise, they all end up in tabs in one big document. So you'll see I'll have many different documents all over the screen, and that's why. So I'm going to go down the list, saving files. I do like leave that alone. For performance, this is kind of important. I don't know why, but Photoshop Elements is not anywhere as good as Photoshop, obviously, in using resources. But for me to have this work, I have to have this up to like 94% of the memory usage being used by it. So what that means is if you're going to have something up at like 90%, you have to have nothing else open on your computer. And as far as history states, maybe save more like 25, because this all uses up resources. And like I said, this does not really use system resources well. I'm also turning off the graphic processor, and then scratch disks. I have all three checked. I have 3 hard drives on this computer, and I've checked them all just so that it could use whatever resources that it needs. So I'm going to click OK, and it will save all of those. And so when I open something, it'll open it in its own box. Otherwise, every time you open something, it'll be parked at the top like this, and then any other images that you have will also be parked at the top. And to swap them, and I'm trying to think, let me show you what I mean by that. Let's find another. Here we go. Okay, and so I have this. If I did not set it, I would have to flip through the view by doing this. But now what happens is every time I open up an image, the images can be seen side by side. And as far as changing the other information about how it uses resources on your computer, it's imperative that you take a moment and play with those settings, because it really appears to not use its resources well. So you might find it very difficult to work with it. I found that I've had to really play with it to work right. And so anyway, any questions, feel free to ask in my group. Take care. See you on the flip side.